I am servant. I'm definitely a Pisces. I was kind of chilling today. Done a few things, odds and ends. Went and done some laundry. And then all of a sudden, I bump into this guy. And he kind of wants to tell me his life story, which most people do. The only thing about what had happened is that, true or false, you know, the thing that he went to prison for 18 months for having some meth, which the point of it being is that he said that his wife had put it under there, under the seat, and somebody was supposed to come by and get it. Well, he was divorced already. He should know better. You know, guys, girls, however you may see it out there. Maybe you do hate your husband or your ex-husband, or maybe you have done things wrong to your wife and she wants to get even. You need to really understand that two wrongs don't make any kind of right. But what you get into is that he gets his kids taken away from him. And his kinfolks won't really take him in. And the thing about it is, he's straightened up pretty good. I've talked to him quite a bit. He's going to church and he's doing the right things. But understand that when something wicked happens to you, whether it be your husband does something to you or your wife does something to you, remember that two wrongs will never make any right. So what had happened? Why did you want to get even, or how did you get even? That's not getting even. That's called being judged, or having judgment put upon you, not being judged. Understand that when you do something wrong to somebody else to placate your own conscience, it doesn't work that well, because you're still trapped in the spin cycle because you've done something just as wrong. Okay? So what you do is you turn around. If you're in a bad situation, these things, maybe your husband did do that, or maybe your wife did do that. Forgiveness. And guess what? That starts removing you out of the situation that you're in, no matter what you're doing. And the thing that you think getting even is part of the grand scheme of things, well, the Father says, point blank, judgment is mine, okay? And everybody can't seem to get that in their head. The understanding that, you're going to go do this, or you're going to go do that. Let's put it this way. If it's not justice, righteous justice, not justice the way you see it, okay? And guess what? You're going to stay where you're at until you learn your lessons. It's the way it works. I can tell you that for a fact. So understand this. The Father is here, and He's got His remnant going. The things that are happening all over the world, the money situations, the bond situations, the currency situations, the how oil's fixing to go up exponentially, gas prices, food prices, all these things, okay, are to design to hold you down. So what you do is you step outside of your comfort zone and you say, I don't believe I'll participate in this anymore. You start doing your own thing. You start making your own things. You start doing it your own way. The Father wants you to spend time with Him so that you can get unplugged, plugged into Him, unplugged from the world. And understand that maybe you do have to become your own tribe. Maybe you do have to become your own people again, because that's what it's going to take. They're going to pay, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to do all these great things. You cannot do any greater than the Father, okay? There's nothing greater than the Father. And the point of it, understanding, is that He's here. He wants every one of you to spend time with Him. Precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies, that hour a day. Look, I've cut my stuff completely off. I don't use the phone maybe once or twice a day anymore about anything, because He wants all of our attention on Him. And it's, look here, it's real, okay, people? I wish I could tell you different, but it's not. It is the truth. Now, either get it or don't get it, one of the two. But the point being is, I got a feeling something really strange is up. And I'm not usually this way, but the Father's got me all jacked up, every which way you can imagine. So understand what I'm telling you. Something's up. So understand what's going on around you. Understand what you need to do personally to take care of your family and your things, your elderly. There's going to be people left behind. Okay? Jesus is coming back. So understand that if you're placating on anything, your own judgment, the way things are, hey, look at here. You're wrong. I'll tell you you're wrong. Look here, I was wrong about a lot of things. But I'll tell you what, the Father's got it right. Okay? I was saying there yesterday, and it was the point of, I'll tell you just how it is. Yesterday, I was reading along, trying to understand something. Then finally I understood it. And then the Father said, it took you 20 years to understand that? Just as plain as day. Okay? And I laughed. Let me explain this. It's real, people. You don't know how real it is. Spend an hour a day with Him, and you'll figure it out. I mean, He's not placating anything anymore. It's all full bore. So, anyhow, appeal to God against the enemy. Is that your person? Is that your next door neighbor? Is that somebody that you've been messing with? Somebody that you may be married to? Somebody you may be in the same bed with, married. That doesn't work. Okay? Kiss and make up. Try to do the very best you can to come back together. All of you. This is a time where you don't need to be split apart. Everybody needs everybody right now. O God, the most high, righteous, and love, why hast thou cast us off forever? What doeth thine anger smoke against the sheep of the pasture? Remember thy congregation which thou hast purchased of old, the rod of thine inheritance which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt. Lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolation. Even all the enemy hath done wickedly in the sanctuary. Thine enemies roar in the midst of thine congregation. They set up the ensigns for signs. A man was famous according as he had lifted up his axe upon the thick trees. But now they break down the carved work thereof at once with an axe and hammers. They have cast fire into the sanctuary. They have defiled by casting down the dwelling place of thine name and to the ground. They said in their hearts, let us destroy them together. Then have burned up all the synagogues of God in the land. We see not our signs. There is no more any prophet, neither is there among us any that knoweth how long. O God, the most high, righteous, and loved, how long shall they advisory reproach? Shall the enemy blaspheme thy name forever? Why wouldest Why withdrawest thy hand, even thy right hand? Pluck it out of thy bosom. For God is a king of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. Thou didst divide the sea by the strength. Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the waters. Thou breakest the head of the Leviathan in pieces, and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. Thou didst cleave the foundation in the flood. Thou driedest up mighty rivers. The day is thine, night. Also in thine thou hast prepared the light and the sun. Remember this, that the enemy hath reproached, O Lord, the most high, righteous, and loved, and that a foolish people has blasphemed thy name. O deliver not thy soul of the turtle dove unto the multitude of the wicked. Forget not the congregation of the poor forever. Have respect unto the covenant of the darkest places of the earth, are full of habitations of cruelty. O let not the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise thy name. Arise, O God, the most high, righteous, and loved, that sits on the great white throne of righteousness. Yahweh, the only God there is, the only God there ever will be, the most cherished and high, righteous, and loved, with mercy, compassion, truth, honor, justice, charity, and love, and righteousness in his heart, with judgment in one hand, wrath in the other, with my Messiah, Jesus Christ, my King, Yeshua HaMashiach, at his right hand, my Lord and Savior. Praise be to God. Plead thy own case. Remember how the foolish man reproacheth thee daily. Forget not the voice of thine enemies. The tumult of those that rise up against thee increases continually. This is what's happened on this planet. You really think that pagan, Satanism, covens, sex parties, witchy woo-ha, demonology, all these things, do you think the Father is sitting quietly? He has been sitting quietly. And the thing about it is, he knows who his cherished people are. And when I'm telling you the truth, that you're sitting there lukewarm, it's not going to fly. Okay? Not going to happen, Captain. You will be trapped in the last days. And when you're trapped in the last days and people are hunting you down, making you take the mark of the beast, and somebody, I heard a guy the other day, well, Father will understand because I got to feed my family. Father doesn't have to understand anything, okay? The point being is you can feed your family without having to work, okay? Maybe you are rented up to the hilt, but you lay it on the altar with the Father and say it's all to you, Father. He will take care of you. No ifs, ands, buts, ors about it. You want to understand that? Spend the time with him. An hour a day, Not much out of your life. And the point of this is all of it out there. It's what's happening now. It's appeal to God against the enemy. Who's the enemy? It's everybody that doesn't want to accept the Father. That's every person out there that's against you, especially if you're a Christian. Okay? Understand that it's not going to work. Do you think that he's not going to come in here and lay scorched earth? Well, you're sadly mistaken if you don't. Like I said, something's up. And I'm through my dawn. So, understand what I'm trying to get to you with. It's not a pleasurable thing to be sitting in the cold with nothing and you're starving when all you got to do is call to the Father and change your ways. The gentleman I met today that is putting his life back straight and doing the right things. Look at here. You can be judgmental all you want to. And you can say, yes, I have done wrong things and bad things. I have too. But I repented of my sins. And I chose God. All of it. All the way. No halfway. All the way. Because He saved my life. Who wouldn't give it? You know. So understand that the Father is trying to tell you something. I'm trying to relay the message the best I know how. And I'm a pretty serious guy because everybody sees me as pretty serious. I got some play in me, but I don't have the play in me that most people have. I just want you to realize that the Father needs that time with you. He needs you to spend time in the precepts, statutes, commandments, testimonies. He needs you to find your trail. He needs you to track yourself. Okay? Then once you find yourself in there, then you're going to go, I can't believe that. These are my steps, exactly what I've done. And then you will realize who your Father is. How many times does a person have to be told, I guess, to be with the Father? Many times. But I tell you what, when He gets a hold of you, your mind will slap shut, okay? There will be no other thing in your mind except taking care of the Father and whatever He wants done. So understand where you stand at today. The gentleman has straightened his life up. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to make the right moves. He was never taught, okay? You could tell it in his voice. I think he was originally from Arkansas. And the thing about it is, a little different living in that part of the area, kind of laid back. But understand that whenever somebody tries, don't keep kicking them. You can reach out there and give them a hand, give them a helping hand if you can. And if they bite you, then you can back up and then you go at a different route. But understand that God is giving the point to you to say, give blessings and gift to everybody. That's what He wants to do. He wants to wake you up. So in this point in time, an appeal to God against the enemy. I'm sure you got many around you that you don't even know it even exists. When I went through all the stuff about soothsayers, demonology, Satanism, all this stuff, you really got to understand what I was telling you. I was telling the other side more than I was you that they have a path to come back to the Father. And the other side can't help it if they listen to my voice. They get stuck in a spin cycle and they have to make a choice. You, the good people, the collective, all of you, you have to understand that you got to get those prayers going to the Father. Look here, start a new deal. Start a new game plan. If you don't have the Father in your life, start a game plan. Walk in the house and say wife, or walk in the house and say husband. Walk in the house and say children. Get your hands full. Come around here, we're all going to set the table, we're all going to pray. What is this? Start it, and you'll see how the blessings and gifts will flow. But at least He knows you're trying, okay? You won't be left behind. So anyways, I got you at 19 minutes. It's not bad. Made this one pretty short. Maybe somebody will read it. But anyways, I've been kind of laid back and reserved, kind of letting everybody chill out for a little bit. But I'm fixing to come on hot and heavy. I got something else planned. So understand, the Father wants the time. And, it's not that much. It's not that much to ask to save your own life for eternity. Okay? I love you guys. The Father loves you. And guess what? Jesus on your lips. The Father's in you. There are legions of angels. I am servant. I'm definitely a Pisces. Y'all have a good one.